Well, it's also, too, when people eat white sugar, I mean, you can just eat a piece of fruit, right? That's fair enough. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
But who just sits there and eats white sugar?
Well, no, but you can put a whole lot of sugar in your coffee. You can put a whole lot of sugar in your lemonade. Sugar becomes addicting. Sometimes the desire for it increases, and you want more and more and more.
I think why the fattening effects of sugar has happened is because it's in cakes and cookies and all these fattening foods that actually have quite a high glycemic index besides just the sugar.
So you're saying if you ate sugar that was not mixed with white flour, it would be, well, it wouldn't be as highly caloric, but you're saying it wouldn't be as fattening because of the glycemic index either?
Right. If you were
it increases your ability to burn fat by 30 to 50%, so you can eat much more without getting fat.
Of the sucrose, as long as you stay away from the white flour and the white rice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because all the...
and candy, and that's worse for you than, let's say, if you had a fruit pie that you added a bunch of sugar to, but the crust was a whole wheat crust, that would be okay.
Well, all the grains and starches and beans and all of those starchy carbohydrates, they all have a higher glycemic index than fruits, honey, and white sugar. So
mostly you don't even put white sugar, unless you add it to your coffee or your lemonade or whatever, you don't.
Or your ice cream.
And what about ice cream? That's mixed with mostly fats. Is that just as bad?
No, because there's no starch there. So the if we're talking about glycemic index and raising your sugar and causing obesity, it's more the higher glycemic index.
Well, I gain weight pretty fast on ice cream, but it's probably the calories and all the fat and the egg yolks.
It's the fat in the cream.
But if you decided you were going to eat sugar but not mixed with any kind of carbohydrates.
I drink orange juice and I eat fresh fruits and I make lemonade and...
Well, I believe in fructose, and I think that's good, although you can overdo anything. I mean, when I drink fruit juice, I usually drink it without any added sucrose, but I dilute it with half water so that I'm not getting too much even of the fructose. But there's like 600 calories sometimes in a quart of good juice that has no added sugars from the fructose.
And one last thing, I know we've got one more caller, so we need to wrap this up, but the other thing is that when you have a fruit sugar or any sugar, you should have it balanced with a fat and a protein so you slow release the sugar so your liver can store it so you can use it for longer rather than a huge spike of sugar that then your body pumps out insulin and then it gets stored as fat.
Okay, so if you have chocolate, that's a good way to take it.
Well, chocolate doesn't have the protein. Maybe chocolate with a glass of milk.
There you go, chocolate milk.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you for your call.
Thank you for your call.